Part 4. Kishkindha Kaand. Ram and Lakshman are searching for Sita in the forest. In this search they encounters with Jatayu at dying stage. Jatayu tells Ram all the story about Sita abduction by demon king of Lanka, Ravan, and his aerial battle with Ravan for Sita before dying. Ram bow down to bravery and kindness of Jatayu and fulfill his last rites. Since Jatayu told Ram that Ravan took Sita in south direction, so they continue search of Sita in south direction. In this search, they encounter with great sage August and various other sages and get blessed with various divine weapons and knowledge for confrontation with Ravan. Later on, they encounter with a Sadhvi Sabri, who is waiting for Ram for several years and decades. Sabri gives Ram plums to eat but only sweet ones. First she checks them by tasting and then gives to Ram. Ram happily eats them. Sabri also tells them about Sugriv of the Rishikesh mountain, who can help them in searching Sita. On the advice of Sabri, Ram and Lakshman is searching Sugriv on Rishikesh mountain near Kishkindha state in the region of Vanar race. Meanwhile, companions of Sugriv suspects these two wandering humans in the mountain. So they reported it to their Vanar king or monkey king Sugriv. He sent his minister Hanuman to investigate those two wandering humans. Hanuman disguised himself as a Brahman and meets with Ram and Lakshman to investigate them, but Ram recognizes him. Only, by knowing name of Ram, Hanuman devotes himself for Ram. He takes Ram to Sugriv. Sugriv tells Ram about his situation. He was exiled from Kishkindha by his own brother Vali in a false accuse. Sugriv and Ram make a pact that Ram will help Sugriv reclaim his throne from Vali in exchange for Sugriv's help in finding Sita. Vali had a boon of acquiring half power of his opponent himself from Lord Brahma. So, Ram defeats Vali by lurking behind the trees and Sugriv is crowned as the new king of the monkeys. He announced Angad, son of Vali, to be the next king after him. Ram has fulfilled his promise with Sugriv. Now this is Sugriv's turn. So, he made 4 groups with best monkeys of his army for searching Sita in all 4 directions. Since possibility of finding Sita in south direction is maximum, so there are strong warriors like Hanuman, Angad, Jamavant are in this group. Part 5. Sundar Kaand. All groups have been returned without any finding about Sita except Hanuman's group. Hanuman's group continues its search in south direction until they reached at coast of Indian Ocean. Now, Hanuman and others accepted defeat. They were failed to achieve any information about Sita. Suddenly, they were attacked by the great bird Jatayu's big brother, Sampati. After knowing about Jatayu's death, he decided to help them to find Sita and punish Ravan. Sampati tells them that he once had wings that were large enough to allow him to fly across the ocean, but he lost them in an attempt to save his younger brother, Jatayu, from the heat of sun in a race for reaching sun first. Sampati searches Sita with his keen vision. He is able to see Sita across 100 Yojan ocean in Lanka. He informed Hanuman's group about it, but there is no way to cross this vast ocean to reach Lanka. Then Jamavant, who has knowledge about real powers of Hanuman, reminds Hanuman about his real power. In reality, Hanuman is the 11th Rudra incarnation of Lord Shiva. He is also the spiritual son of wind god. With his immense power, he eats sun by assuming it a mango in his childhood. Then he was seriously injured by Lord Indra. Later on, he gets blessed with various powers and boons by all gods. But he also received a curse of forgetting powers by a sage because of his naughty nature. So, when Jamuvant reminds Hanuman his full powers, then he easily crossed the ocean by flying over it. He encounters various monsters, but they were no challenge to his new powers. He lands in Lanka secretly and found Sita in Ashok Vatika. He saw that Ravan is forcing Sita to marry him, but Sita is holding her against Ravan and refuses him.
Hanuman introduced himself with the ring of Lord Ram.
Sita believes him and she is ready to wait for Ram in Lanka. Now, for testing the power of demon king Ravan, Hanuman shreds his Ashok Vatika and his army. Hanuman even killed his son Akshay Kumar, but Hanuman became captive of another son of Ravan, Meghnad, by his own will to test Ravan himself. Ravan tries to kill Hanuman but stopped by his younger brother Vibhishan. But he ignited the tail of Hanuman as punishment. Hanuman broke free and burned down all Lanka and returns across ocean and tells Ram all about Sita. Part 6, Yuddh Kaand or Lanka Kaand. After receiving information about Sita, Ram immediately starts their journey towards Lanka with whole army of Sugriv including monkeys and bears. They reached at coast of ocean very soon, but remaining journey was not that easy. Because crossing the ocean with whole army of monkeys and bears is not an easy task. So, Ram worshipped God of Ocean for 3 days for help, but nothing worked. Then Ram threatens the God of Ocean. The fear of Rama's power became successful to pull out the God of Ocean. God of Ocean suggests Ram to build a bridge called Ram Shetu or Adam's Bridge with the help of Nal and Neel, 2 monkeys of Sugriv's army. At the same time, younger brother of Ravan, Vibhishan, joined forces with Ram because of his moral values.
With the help of all monkey army, Ram Shetu constructed soon enough and Ram reaches at the coast of Lanka.
Now, Ram is ready to attack on Ravan, but he tries a last chance of avoiding war and solve this problem peacefully. He sends Angad as his representative of peace with a condition of returning Sita peacefully and rule under Rama's shade. But in his ego, Ravan was unable to understand the seriousness of situation and refused this peace treaty. So, Ram announces war against Ravan. They defeated many warriors of Ravan's army easily. But tide turned with the arrival of Meghnad, who defeated Lord Indra once and received name Indrajit. Meghnad was a very powerful warrior on par with the Ravan himself. He manages to paralyze Ram, Lakshman and other main warriors of Rama's army with a single power called Nag Fanch. But fortunately Hanuman manages to protect himself with his powers received from all gods. Hanuman quickly releases Ram, Lakshman and others from Nag Fanch with the help of Garuda, divine ride of Lord Vishnu. Next day Ravan's other younger brother, Kumbhakaran, enters the battlefield, who was a giant. Rama's army was helpless against this giant's incredible powers. So, Ram kills him himself. After the death of Kumbhakaran, Meghnad re-entered in battlefield and spar with Lakshman. This time he manages to injure Lakshman with his special power. Lakshman immediately lost his consciousness. On the advice of Vibhishan, Hanuman brings a doctor from Lanka, which suggested to give Lakshman a special medicine called Sanjeevani Booty before the sunrise of next day for saving his life. Sanjeevani Booty grows only at the Mount Sumeru of Himalayas, which is very far from Lanka. Bringing that medicine before sunrise was impossible. But Hanuman takes this challenge and flies towards Himalayas at his full speed. He reaches there soon enough. He located Mount Sumeru with many special medicine, but he was unable to distinguish Sanjeevani booty from them. So, Hanuman increases his size as a giant and lifts the whole mountain. He manages to bring whole mountain Lanka with him by flying at full speed before sunrise and save Lakshman's life. Next day Meghnad again spars with Lakshman, but this time he was killed by the arrows of Lakshman. With the death of Meghnad, Ravan was forced to come at battlefield himself. So, next day Ravan enters to the battlefield, and the fierce battle between Ram and Ravan begins. With his bravery Ram manages to reap Ravan's head many times, but each time it grows again. Then Vibhishan tells the secret of Ravan that his life resides in his navel. So Ram attacks on Ravan's navel and finally manages to defeat Ravan. This war between Ram and Ravan was the most fierce war in whole history, which lasted for 10 days. With the death of Ravan, Ram gets Sita back, but Ram ordered Sita first to perform Agni Pariksha to prove her purity for acceptance of society. Sita plunges into the sacrificial fire on Rama's orders. The Lord of Fire, Agni, raised and returns Sita unharmed, thus proving the integrity of her soul and body. With this series of events, all 14 years of exile completed. So, Ram crowned Vibhishan as the new king of Lanka and returns Ayodhya with his companions by flying aircraft Pushpak Viman of Ravan. People of Ayodhya celebrates this day as Deepavali and ignites thousands of lamps. And Ram was crowned as the new king of Ayodhya. Part 7. Uttar Kaand. Rule of Ram was as a blessing for Ayodhya's people, but there was a problem. Even though Sita passed the test of fire, but people of Ayodhya was doubting her purity. As a duty of king, Ram is forced to act as people's wish, so he banishes Sita to the forest without knowing the news of pregnancy of Sita. Sita takes shade in hermitage of the great sage Valmiki and gives birth to twin sons of Ram, Lava and Kush. Lava and Kush both studied under sage Valmiki and grew up strong and brave. After many years, Ram performs a Ashwamedh Yagya and leave his horse to roam around. Lava and Kush catches this horse. Ram sends all his troops and warriors to get horse back, but Lava and Kush defeated them all. Finally, Ram comes to battle with Lava and Kush, but before the battle even started, Valmiki gets there and stops this fight by returning horse to Ram. After this battle, Lava and Kush know about their father Ram by Sita and sage Valmiki. For justice to Sita, Lava and Kush sung Ramayana, composed by Valmiki, in front of Ram and other large audience. They also mention Sita's present condition and their relation with Ram in it. After learning the truth, Ram invites Sita and Valmiki to palace to testing her purity for acceptance among all people of Ayodhya. Sita takes this as an insult and vanishes into the Mother Earth as her test. Ram devastated from Sita's vanishing, but he continued fulfilling his duties as an ideal king. This period of rule is known as the ideal rule, Ram Rajya. Many years later, Ram is informed by a messenger of God that the objective of his being born on this earth has fulfilled. So he returns to his heavenly abode with his all companions except his greatest devotee Hanuman. Because Hanuman is immortal and he resides at this earth until the name of Lord Ram remains here. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, then don't forget to like, share and leave a comment. And subscribe for more content like this in future. You can try out our another interesting video from here.